Peru.
So are we boycotting KFC? I feel like KFC's been getting a lot of publicity.
Wait.
To the point where I think it's a setup to take some clout from Nando's. Because Nando's is always firing on a social media.
Yeah, you can't. Nando's is...
There was that, I don't want to mention, we're not dropping names. There's that, that's been on Facebook. He's had problems with, he's had some love problems.
Yeah.
Ended up in KFC.
Yeah.
Maybe I think it was last year, 2 years ago. My other got married in KFC or something like that.
Yeah.
Now KFC.
A whole fake wedding with... Was that... Which is the one with the 10... Wait, which is the one with the 10 children? Is that not KFC?
No, wasn't that case?
That was a fake thing, huh?
Yeah.
They fucking had 10 children.
Yeah. Can we cut down on the swearing also?
Spoke about this.
Okay.
Hey.
Why don't you just put that bleeping sound, bro? Huh? Put the bleeping sound.
The whole video sounds like a warning. Sound like engines telling us something.
Guys, swearing is toxic.
Oh
So-
my God.
I am not gonna be swearing anymore. I'm here to entertain y'all, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Captain Rio with Bizzo, and we are back again with Reese as well. Welcome to the
Special
Everyday
guest.
Gents. We want to say thank you to each and every 209 of you.
It was
who
47
wa-
when I checked again. 247.
Okay, 200 and what?
Whoever watched the video.
Yes, thank you
All
so
of you.
much. We really appreciate you.
Because we don't know what the numbers will be like when we release this one. You check.
100%. We know for sure that every podcast, every channel, every
As a name for the followers.
what are we gonna call the people now?
I don't know. The everydays. I don't know.
Everyday people. Huh?
Everyday people.
Yes, everyday people.
I'm actually gonna play that song just now.
Okay, so now you all are the everyday people. We are the everyday gents and
featuring
featuring peace sign. Yeah,
As you can see, we're in a new undisclosed location.
100%.
Some of you may recognize it, some of you may not. We don't know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, just leave it like that. If you know, you know.
I'm not casting that part out.
If you know, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, today we got a lot of interesting topics for you. One of them is, and I think this should be the drum roll opening one.
Don't
I was
smack
gonna bang the drum roll here, but I don't think that's a good
There's
idea.
a few topics. What do you want to start with?
I want to talk about toxic. This thing about being toxic, bro. And
Of people calling other people toxic.
first of all, what is it to be? When do you qualify
what
as?
is it to be toxic?
When do you qualify as being toxic? You know when.
Do you want to say anything about this?
No, they shall carry on for now.
Oh, for now.
Yeah,
Sure.
When, bro?
I don't know. So I think toxicity is when you don't comply to the norm of somebody else. Sometimes, not all the time, but for the most part, because it's such a cultural word now. It's such an everyday word that now everything is toxic. Some people are toxic, or I guess toxic means like they're infectious with negativity. I'm guessing, like their negativity is infectious to the environment, to the person they're interacting with, to the people. I think that was the general beginning of it, or the general introduction of it into society. But now
And now
everything's
what is it?
now my phone battery is not charging, it's toxic.
My phone battery is fucking toxic.
You see what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Your language was toxic.
I think every time I swear, like we should put a charity box here.
You're gonna
and
go
whoever
broke
swears,
in one
You
you need to
episode.
broke.
put a 5
One
rand.
episode,
Something,
bro.
huh? I actually have a friend who suggested that, because when I was with her in the car, I swore like about 10 or 15 times, you know. Why is that? Wait, is it that only the two of you can be friends? Another person can't have a friend that's a girl.
Carry on with your story.
So she said I must put a 5 rand in the cubby every single time I swear you check. And I think by the end of the day, it was like 50 rand or something over there. Yeah, but we should put a box definitely for.
My
for
question
those.
is, how do you have 50 rands worth of 5 rands just laying
No.
around?
No, you're not gonna put a 5 rand, but you
Oh.
accumulate, like you're accumulating it
Okay.
and all that. That's how it was.
I see.
And I think it went about 50 rand. But anyway, what are the signs of a toxic relationship, and when do you need to say, I'm pulling the plug now. Are there savable toxic relationships also?
You need to be closer to your mic. Trust. Maybe just lean forward, bro. Like your back is sore.
Lean forward, put your back into it.
There we go. Now it's fine. As long as it's hitting in that yellow, I'm happy.
Okay.
Doesn't have to always be in the yellow, but mostly in the yellow, and I'm happy. Check. So what is the question? Sorry.
What do you, like, how do you know when a relationship is toxic, and when do you pull the plug?
Oh, that didn't pick up on the mic. Hey man, I don't know, stop confusing toxic with being unhappy. Because you can be unhappy without a person being toxic. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the relationship was just not for you. Now you're finding reasons why. You wanna Oprah yourself, you wanna Dr. Phil yourself. Okay, this person's toxic, it must be. Also, a toxic trait is talking to your friends about what's going on in your personal life.
Bro, why do women do that?
It's not only women.
Wait.
I'll be the first to say it's not only women.
Huh?
Yay.
Okay, but the question is, why do women do that?
No, why are we talking about women like that? Why are you attacking women?
Stop
We're
it.
not attacking, I'm just asking, why do women
No,
And
no,
don't
no,
say
no.
women. It's not women in general. Some. There
Okay.
are some.
South Africa, why do some women do that? Why do you have to introduce it?
I want to say, why do some people do that?
Exactly, because it's men
I
and
think
women.
Okay, let me ask you this question, right? Based on that topic now.
Alright.
Do you think it's better to date a person, girl or boy,
Mhm.
that has less friends than it is to date one who has friends?
What?
Why should that bother you? How many friends I have?
I'm confused.
So, do you think it's better to date a person who has less friends? Because we just said,
Wait, what's less friends?
like, you know, people that don't have a lot of friends, bro. Like,
Okay.
some people just, you know, have maybe one best
You
friend.
know what's
or whatever.
crazy is everybody tells you, I don't even really have friends. And then every time you see them out there greeting the whole venue.
Yeah.
Like, so what is less friends? Are you saying what, dating someone who's popular versus someone who's not well known?
No, just a person who's got a lot of friends, like a few friends, you know. Like, you know,
What? Bro, friends is also very subjective. Like,
Yeah.
I'll use myself as an example. I know a hell of a lot of people.
But you call them your friends, though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. I know them. I'm friendly with them. That doesn't necessarily mean they're my
They're
friend.
acquaintances.
Yeah.
Whereas
Okay,
you have a close
so
circle of
What you're saying is you don't want to walk into a jewel and have the cherry would hug everybody in the jewel.
why?
That's toxic, bro.
Why? What's wrong?
No,
with
no,
that?
I'm trying to get your question. I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
So, we talking. You said when a person is telling their friends and all that about your
Yeah.
relationship, that's toxic, right? So I'm saying, do you think it's better if you're in a relationship in terms of toxicity, if that person doesn't have many friends?
Even if they have one friend, they're telling somebody that it's got nothing to do with. Even if their friend can be their brother, their sister, whoever.
Personally, if a person tells me, this is why I'm saying woman, right? Because if a person tells me, like my friend who's a guy, is telling me about, hey, my cherry like this and like that, I'm not going to give him advice or say, oh, your cherry is wrong, or say pretty much anything. I'm just going to be like, offer support as a friend and say, hey, bro. But I find a lot of girls,
Want to throw advice into
you know what I mean? And then
get
it
you,
kind
I
of
get you.
adds the
No,
wrong flavor.
That's I can agree.
Check. So that's,
Because we know as O's, well, from my experience, I'm sure from your experience, we listen to what the O's going through. Maybe we'll even tease him about it. We'll be like, yeah, we told you about her. Now look how you're crying here about us. Just take a shot. Like, that's how guys generally
pretty much.
But I know girls want to be support systems for their friends to the point where they want to fix it for them. And in order to fix it, I think they subconsciously project solutions that they can see.
Which creates more of the problem than the actual solution. Bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? For example, let's say, you know, you go into the club, right?
Yeah.
And you going with your chick and her friend.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, like you said, you're hugging everybody. The friend is like, what, when they get alone time, I don't think it's right that he's hugging all these guys.
Yeah.
Bro, your cherry never even had any problem with
Now
it.
there's an issue.
Now there's an issue.
You know what you call that? Toxic. That is a toxic friendship.
Now-
I think we found the definition of toxic. I think
You
we
know,
have.
now the only reason why I was saying woman is because guys won't necessarily do that. Except Cherry's hugging all the O's. Except come on, bro. You know
But there
what
are
I
some
mean?
guys that do that.
Some guys do that.
Hey,
Some
gentlemen,
guys do that.
you're dropping the flag if you're doing that
Hey.
for us, bro.
But
We're
you know what
supposed to be
happens
the
is,
good guys.
a lot of the time, especially with guys will hear rumors about the next man's cherry. Or even some guys want the next man's cherry. So they foster an environment of instability within the relationship. Hey guys, as a DJ, you see these things. The amount of times I've seen people come as in a group to a venue. I don't want to give venue names, but I'm saying people come into the venue as a group. You can see who's together. Sometimes you know these people, they are regulars. Now, the regular boyfriend's not around, but the best man is at the wedding trying to be the groom. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yay! And there I'm just mixing the music, carrying on in my life.
But now let me ask you a question, right? So, what do you think about people who are in a relationship with your friend, and then after that they break up, and then they tell the other friend? Do you think that's okay?
I think we spoke about this in an episode that will never get aired. The first episode 0.0. Can you dollar your bra's ex?
Yeah.
Reese, how do you feel about dollaring friends' exes?
I'm too minded about it.
Mm.
So, if your friend has now moved on, right, and you take it in respect, where you come and you tell this person, okay, I'm interested in your ex. What. You being that friend cannot stop that friend, because that could be her soulmate, and you could be, or his soulmate, and that you could be stopping that interaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if it ended badly, and this person is now just trying to get with this friend out of pettiness, then it's obviously wrong.
But how can you determine what's pettiness and what's for real? Because it might start in pettiness and end in real love.
My problem with that is,
I got many problems here, but I'm trying to address this problem here.
my problem with that is, for me, if you're doing that to me, I'm not thinking about now that you're together. I'm thinking about, so when I was with her, were you eyeing my cherry now? You know, were you, if I went to the toilet, what was going on there?
Yeah.
You know, what was happening there? You know,
And if she's falling for you now,
You
maybe
feel
back
me?
then
You-
also.
You feel me? So that's why it's a no from me. I can never.
I think there's levels to, like, what's the duration of the breakup? Like, maybe you all were jolling in school. Now we're big. Now you'll see each other like, hey, long time no see, let's get coffee. After coffee, you're getting other things. Like, you know, who can say?
Yeah.
I think that's acceptable if there was a
Yeah.
duration between it. Or,
Yeah.
or even if there's honesty. If there's honesty between it. Like, sometimes, as the friend, you genuinely had no intentions with that person's partner at the time. Keyword being sometimes. I'm saying sometimes. But then the more, because must remember, everyone develops relationships at a different speed. So at the time that the relationship was happening, there was no development of feelings. But as you spend more time with that person, you know, sometimes people like, hey, even though we broke up, we can still be friends. Like, your friends are my friends now. Like, because people grow to be close to each other. And then in that period, post-relationship, something can develop honestly. Then now you, as the ex, do you want to stand in between your bra and your ex, even though everybody's still friends, and a sincere relationship has developed?
I think it's different for girls and boys, bro. Because
100%. Guys have a lot of pride.
Yeah,
There's a pride thing also involved.
and it's and women are more like emotional about, like, you know, they tend to be more emotional beings. So maybe
You
for
back on
me-
this woman being emotional thing.
It's the facts.
It's the flag
bro.
you're flying
It's
every
the
episode.
Facts. It's the facts.
Ah.
I'm toxic. I'm toxic. Okay, leave a like on the channel first of all, and then give us your comments. What do you all think about, you know, dollaring somebody's person, like your friend's ex-person or
Yeah.
whatever the case is?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Let us know.
Also, what are their intentions? Do they just want to smash, or are they looking for a sincere relationship? Does it mean two different things?
I mean, for me, I think I'll only be, if you're my friend and you do that to me, I'll only be able to really forgive it if you marry the cherry, because then I know for sure no, this is, I can't be mad at you
I
for
get
that, you know.
I get. Will you invite to the wedding?
I'll invite to the wedding,
You
bro.
be best man.
Bros before hoes, bro. I'll invite to the wedding. If my bro tunes me, say come through to the wedding, then because the truth of the
You know
matter
that saying is very toxic.
have we not established that I'm toxic already, right?
Hey,
I am toxic, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just leave it like that. I'll wear it proudly for all my toxic brothers and sisters out there. I'm representing for y'all, right? I'm flying the toxic flag high. And then
Okay.
she puts the face. She puts the face. Guys, we don't even know what toxic really is, so I'm not
It's
not
different
shy.
to everybody.
to
It's
be
really
toxic.
different to everybody.
You know?
It is what it is.
But I'll tell you about my situation. I had a situation for to be honest with you, most of my relationships were not toxic, or maybe I didn't identify them as toxic.
Yeah.
But one of them was really
Really
toxic.
toxic.
Now I'm gonna give you what my take on why I think this was toxic, right? Number one, if you are dating somebody and you don't get to know the person, but you expect that person to get to know you and understand you, only that's toxic. Because
That is a very good point.
you
that
know
is
what I mean?
marvelous.
Like,
Mm.
for me, that is toxic as well, because then you never ever understand
It's
me.
one-sided, yeah.
It's
It's
one-sided.
like
you
they're
know?
doing you a service instead of you're growing together.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's toxic, and I was in a situation like that where, I gave up my whole life pretty much. For most people that know me, they know I'm generally a reserved person. Like I'm not too much all over social media and stuff, but not that bad like how I was. Like I literally deleted Facebook. I literally deleted
For a relationship,
bro, because this person.
Why?
Because I wanted to make the person happy, bro. Like I wanted to.
how is deleting your social media making a person
This is what
happy?
I'm saying, because this person only wanted me to understand them and what makes them, I don't know, like go off the rails or whatever. But that person didn't understand me and my
Okay.
journey or whatever. You check.
So this
So-
person expected you to basically help them with their insecurities and just like push yours aside.
Hard, bro. Like hard. It was hard.
That's toxic.
And in the
Sounds
second,
very toxic to me.
and you know what's funny? The second part, and I think why people become toxic is because when you do that, as you know, often enough, the person kind of expects that now, and maybe that was my fault because I led the relationship to make that like that was okay.
Yeah.
I'll support you. I'll do whatever. And I'm not perfect, South Africa. You know I'm toxic, but you know I'm not perfect, but you know I was doing a lot, and then all I was saying to this person is, look, I'm doing everything to show you. And I think where toxicity comes in is when if you've got a bad past and the person doesn't trust you from the offset, then it becomes toxic because then they feel they need to put certain controls within the relationship to border certain things off instead of actually dealing with it with the person that you're being with.
Is your past so much of your present business?
Hey, bro.
Say I used to work in an extremist group. They were planning to bomb places. They were planning to incite civil unrest, whatever it could be. And now I'm here. I'm different. Should that matter? I'm using an extreme example, obviously, but I'm saying, should that matter now?
Unless you're born again. You know what I mean?
No, but my thing is,
Because if you're not born again, then it does matter.
because the
you
point
know.
I'm trying to get to is, people will forever judge you on your worst representation of yourself. It's like you can't grow. It's like you can't become a new person. It's like we're not learning. I've said things in the past that I don't even agree with now. A long time ago, I said some toxic things. Things that at the time I thought I was just being funny. And now I look back and I'm like, hey, that was terrible to say. Now I'm not like that anymore. But there are some people that will hold me accountable to that till the day I'm in the grave. Is that, like, are we the worst of ourselves? I think that's the loudest your mic has ever been. Are we, like, is that the standard we're going to forever be held to, as the worst of ourselves? Or should we be more willing as a society to allow people to grow and improve?
Before I answer the question, somebody told me that I have such a nice smile, I should smile more. So that's for you. Yeah, so what was the question? Please, my bro.
My question is this. Why did people call you toxic? What did you do?
Sure. Why you just have to attack me like
It's not an
that?
attack. It's a question. Are we not allowed to ask questions?
No. Okay. My thing is, I've asked a few people who have called me toxic, and the common answers are, "Oh, you're pretty. A lot of people want you." And I'm like, okay. Now, just because I know I'm fine, and a lot of people want me, this now makes me toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a projection of insecurities.
And like, this girl that I was dating, she made me delete all my posts of Instagram. She had my Instagram password. I wasn't allowed to go out a lot.
How she got your Instagram password?
Obviously gave it to her, like the thing that Ashley was talking about, making your partner happy.
My name is Captain.
Captain, sorry.
Yes.
Yo.
People are like, who the fuck is Ashley? Ashley over here.
Yeah.
We don't use no names.
Yeah, so obviously to make her happy, I did all of this for her.
And was she happy?
No, but like I was just like, okay, I'll do this. When I would go out, she'd be like, okay, send me a live location. She'd phone me like every 10 minutes. She'd be like, who are you with? Oh, you're not allowed to be around attractive people because then they're gonna want you. And I'm like, sure, okay. So for a while.
So if ugly people want you, it's fine. But if attractive people
the
want
same
you,
thing I said, I was like, okay, cool. And then I was just like, wow.
wait, my question is this. Is it your partner's business who wants you? Does that matter?
To an extent, yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Because it is.
In a relationship with the person.
Yes, when you're in a
surely you should
relationship.
consider them as well.
Yes, when you.
You should consider them, not the people who want you.
No, like, say you purposely going around people who do like you, or you interacting with them on a personal level, like inviting them over and stuff, knowing that this person wants you.
Yeah, that's I can understand.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you're in a venue and there's a crowd of people,
Yeah,
you're
then
friends with everybody.
Yeah, then
but
it's-
there's attractive people that want you in that crowd. Now you've got no intentions with those people, or you're not to be around those people or vibe with them.
And this is why in today's society people do not understand that.
The worst thing I don't get about people is this, right? You'll date somebody for 3 to 5 years. For me, in this day and age, 3 to 5 years is a long time. You can basically give relationship advice when you're dating that long. But the flop is you remain at dating phase. Now you never put a ring on it. But when another person is, as you're saying, out there and sees this person, you want to start, oh, you can't do this, you can't wear this. Bruh, like, if I'm that valuable to you, or you value me that much, then why don't you just, propose, or let's get married or something, If there's a person that's obviously better, I think the people that do that, they the ones that's insecure. That say, you need to be home by this time, you need to,
That is
you need to
insecurity.
do this, you need to do that, you need to...
Because why?
Yeah, you need, and like every time I get into a relationship, and anybody who's ever been in a relationship with me, you can comment and tell me if I'm
Don't
lying.
do that.
Don't open that,
Don't
can of worms. Don't do
don't
it.
do that.
I'm not gonna edit this part out. I'm just telling you,
They
don't
can
do
do
that.
that.
Don't
They
do
can-
that.
Don't
They
do
can-
that.
Okay, so why I'm saying this is because I block all the people.
Why don't they follow the show?
How? Because I blocked them and I'm
Yeah, but they
sharing.
didn't block me. Maybe I know them.
Even me too, maybe I know them.
No, you don't know them.
It's well then.
All my exes live in Texas, like I'm George straight. So what I'm saying is, all the people that I've been with, they can even comment and say if I'm lying. Me, I always say, I'm not gonna be up your ass about who you're talking to, where you're going to, and all that. Because if you're dating me and you're with me and I'm good enough, then that's it. I can't stop you from. I'm not with you 24/7. I can't stop you from being who you are, doing what you're doing. This is the thing that I always say. If you're cheating, and I don't know about it, then I don't know about it. But if I ask you, if somebody comes to me, or I get some sort of vibes, and I ask you, then all I'm expecting as return is that you respect me and be honest. Likewise, I'll also be honest. Like I told you last week in the last episode, when the girl asked me, I told her straight up. The only thing I was concerned about was that her brother was there. But I will never be up a person's, like us and all this, Even like if you say you're coming home at 12 and you don't come home at 12, I'm not about to be calling you up now, whatever, Because I believe that if something's wrong, the first person you'll call is me, When you
But there's
come
also
home,
nothing wrong with checking in.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. But I'm saying I won't do that because I'm gonna say when you come home or when I speak to you, you're gonna let me know why you couldn't check.
Yeah, but there's also nothing wrong with saying, hey, you did say you're coming home at 12, is everything okay? No, not dead, but hey, this happened, hey, so we still cooling off? Alright, hundreds. Not say, why you not home at 12, who you with?
Yeah.
Put your camera on, spin around.
Bro.
Hey,
But
hey.
also consider today's day and age with everything that's happening with women as well. Sometimes it is good to check up.
Have to, especially as a guy, it's better to check. Have to. Now, this is a good segue into my next question. What is, and this is for both of you. Actually, this is for all of us. Let me not exclude myself or exclude our production manager for the day. What is the pettiest reason you stopped talking to someone you were vibing with, someone you were seeing? What is the pettiest reason you cut them off?
Let me tell you. There's same person, two reasons, right? So I went out with this person. She is from a different city, so she literally flew down to come and spend the weekend or whatever. So we went away, weekend away. It was luck up.